by transcription. Ladies and gentlemen, the railroad. And here comes the star-studded show train. Tonight, the Association of American Railroads presents the romantic Franz Lehar operetta, The Count of Luxembourg, starring Gordon MacRae and his two guests, Nadine Connor and Jack Kirkwood. Our choir is under the direction of Norman Luboff, and our music is arranged and conducted by Carmen Drag. Yes, tonight another great musical success is brought to you by the American Railroads, the same railroads that bring you most of the food you eat, the clothes you wear, the fuel you burn, and all the other things you use in your daily life. And now, here is our star, Gordon MacRae.
Thank you, Marvin Miller. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, aboard our show train, we have lovely Nadine Connor, the famous Metropolitan Opera soprano, who will appear as a celebrated soprano of the French opera, Angèle Didier. Jack Kirkwood plays her aged fiancé, the Grand Duke. And I am René, the ne'er-do-well Count of Luxembourg.
Does not purchase pleasure, carefree in love or poverty.
Yes, I am the Count of Luxembourg. And in the days I am about to recount for you, I was completely penniless. That's why I read with great interest the letter that was sent to me.
Monsieur the Count, the undersigned seeks an interview with you in the strictest privacy to discuss a matter of vital interest to me and of great financial interest to you. May I call upon you tomorrow at the hour of 4? Signed, B.
I didn't know who B was, but I was more than receptive to any idea that promised to be to my financial benefit. And so, the next day we met.
You are without funds, monsieur.
I am indeed.
I think I may be able to remedy that situation for you.
Monsieur, though you do not resemble them in any way, you have just achieved all the mystery and lure of the sirens of old.
I am Duke Vasilovich.
Well, that can't be helped. What do I have to do to get the money?
You have to get married.
Married? Well, a fool and his money are soon parted. I didn't have your money long, did I, Your Highness? Good day. It was nice to have met you.
Oh, you don't understand. A marriage would be a mere formality, purely temporary, in order that you might get a divorce. Do you understand?
No.
No. Well, I wish you to marry a certain lady, by which process she will acquire your title and become a countess. You are to leave her at the altar and go abroad for 3 months so that she may divorce you on the grounds of desertion. You see, the Emperor will only permit me to marry a woman of title.
You guarantee that she will divorce you?
Oh, I guarantee it. And here is a certified check for 500,000 francs. Do you accept?
I accept.
Ah, good. I will go at once and make all the arrangements for you to be married this afternoon.
And so I agreed to the strange bargain, and Duke Vasil Vasilovich hurried off to tell his fiancée all about it. It wasn't, however, until a long time later that I learned what he had said to my betrothed.
Oh, and here it is all arranged. The Count of Luxembourg has agreed to marry you.
Really? What does the Count of Luxembourg look like, Basil?
Well, he's exceedingly unattractive.
Oh.
He's quite old. And Quite grotesque. But that doesn't matter because you will never have to see him.
Well, how can I marry him without seeing him?
You'll be married with a screen between you.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Well, I must hurry now with the arrangements. The wedding will take place at 4 today.
Today?
Yes, the sooner the better. I'll be back to call for you before the appointed hour. Goodbye, my dear. I shan't be long.
Oh, well, I'm certainly being married in haste. I hope I shan't repent at leisure. I'm to be a bride today, but who is the man? To wed him thus unseen, I say, would be a silly plan. Yes, the title intrigues me. If he's free to choose a sweetheart, why should he in such a manner marry? He does not know me, that is clear. He does not choose me for his dear, or swear by stars above me.
The Duke returned to my room for the commissioner who was performing the ceremony. I asked him, being somewhat curious, if my bride was beautiful. And he told me she was quite old and unattractive, and that he was marrying her out of the kindness of his heart. The Duke then asked that both of us wear dominoes and masks. And so, promptly at 4, my bride and I took our places on either side of a large screen, with the commissioner between us.
And the marriage shall be declared legally performed and binding to both parties. Monsieur, name to be filled in afterwards, and Mademoiselle.
Feels ashamed to wed, but to be parted. We're very brave to wed like this, and part and never falter.
But think of all the woes we miss by plotting at the altar. Our wedding, it would seem, is a matrimonial dream. I go here, you go there.
little hand were only mine.
Please, monsieur, remember our agreement. You are never to see each other again. Au revoir, monsieur. Come, my dear.
Very well, Basil. Goodbye, monsieur.
Goodbye. I kept my part of the agreement with the Grand Duke and went abroad for the required 3 months. I didn't return until the day before my divorce was to be granted, and that evening I attended the opera. I was feeling very lonely and unhappy until the prima donna appeared and began to sing. Suddenly I had the strange feeling that we had met before. She, too, must have had something of that same feeling, for she kept staring up at me throughout the performance. Afterwards, at a farewell party given in her honor, I smuggled myself in among the guests as they wished her happiness in her forthcoming marriage.
Thank you, my friends. And now, if you will all go into the ballroom, the orchestra is ready for the first waltz. Oh, me, who is he, whose face I saw tonight, who gazed at me with tender haunting eyes? It is a soft love night that filled me with strange delight. Can he be the man I married with such mystery?
Madame, would you give me the honor of this waltz?
Well, I have a partner. He went to get some refreshments.
Well, then you are free for the moment.
Yes, for the moment.
I've waited a long time for this waltz. At least I think I've waited a long time for this waltz. If you are the woman I believe you to be.
Monsieur, if you have any intention in declaring a liking for me, I fear you are presuming on a rather short acquaintance.
A short acquaintance? Madame, you are the woman I have dreamed all my life of finding. I'm sure of it.
Since we met in my dreams, you upset all my schemes, so you must make a sacrifice and waltz with me to paradise.
Why insist that I dance and persist in the chance that I'll pity your plight and permit you the right?
All your reasons are false in refusing to waltz, so take a chance with romance tonight.
Since we met in your dreams, I upset all your schemes, so I must make a sacrifice and walk with you to paradise.
When they met in his dreams, he upset all his schemes,
out on the balcony.
Now, really, monsieur, this is all very flattering, but I can't give you any more time. You see,
I have your glove, see?
Oh.
You dropped it as you entered your carriage at the theater. Will you let me keep it as a reward for finding it?
Well, I'm afraid I must not, monsieur. If you would just let me explain.
Such a small glove. Such a small hand. With your permission?
That's strange.
What is?
Well, as you kissed my hand just then, suddenly I felt as though you had kissed my hand before. And yet, we've never met. I'm sure of that. If we had met, I know I would remember you. Oh, I must go in now.
I love you.
Oh, my fiancé will be looking everywhere for me.
I love you.
Once before, through fate's sweet necromancy, we have met, I'm sure in fact of fancy.
Well, I know that you're no longer dreaming. No more is that dream but and I do feeling.
I am sure no fantasy enthralls me. I'm awake to love's sweet voice that calls me.
If I and I alone you fight for, to live of one sweet kiss.
Let my arm caress you. Let my bow impress you.
I've heard them all before, from happy men and sad men, unhappy men and bad men, they all have played that same old game.
We are free, romantic dreams and thoughts. Can it be that memories and hope of love find happiness I sigh for? In paradise, where love never
Monsieur, I must go. I admit that your feelings toward me have my respect. And were conditions more favorable, your attentions would not be entirely unwelcome. Oh, but I cannot encourage them. You see, I am already married.
But so am I.
Then why, monsieur, do you presume
Oh,
that...
I'm to be divorced.
Divorced? Why, so am I.
Well, let us simplify matters.
Well, for you, perhaps, but not for me. I am to be buried again tomorrow.
Wait. Married, divorced, remarried tomorrow. May I ask the name of the happy scoundrel you'll marry?
The Grand Duke Basil Vasilovich.
Did you call me Angel, my friend? I haven't. Why, you, monsieur. You have broken your word. You swore you would stay abroad till after the divorce.
The divorce. Then you are...
The Count of Luxembourg. At your service, Nanette.
Here, come, Angel. I won't have you talking to this blackguard. This.
No, Basil, no. I'm not going with you.
Of course she is. She's staying right here with me.
Monsieur, if $500,000 is not enough, I might even raise the price. And don't forget, Monsieur the Count, that between you and Angel stands your word of honor.
I'm up to keep my word, monsieur. It goes without saying. But do not forget that this lady is still my wife, and I cannot and do not deny her my protection.
Gad's looks. Oh, well, I wasn't cut out to be the hero of this tale.
And in any event, monsieur, the rights of a husband are superior to those of a mere fiancé.
And I'd like you to remain always by her husband.
Jack Kirkwood will be back in just a moment. The Count of Luxembourg, with book and lyrics by Edgar Smith, from the original by A.M. Wilner and Robert Bodansky, and music by Franz Lehar, was adapted for radio by Gene Holloway. The Railroad Hour is brought to you each week at this time by the American Railroads. When you travel by train, you get safety unequaled by any other form of transportation in the world. But safety is not all you get. You also get spacious comfort, convenience, and all-weather dependability. And that's a combination that's hard to beat. And that's why so many millions of people prefer to take the train when they travel. And now, here are lovely Nadine Connor and handsome Jacques Kirkwood. Well, Nadine, it was wonderful having you back on the Railroad Hour again. Truly, we've missed you.
Well, I've had a very busy season, Gordon. But I've been listening to you each week and looking forward to this return visit from the Count of Luxembourg.
Well, this makes my third trip on the show train, Gordon. But I'm beginning to get a little bit discouraged.
Why, Jack?
I always lose the girl to you. Maybe I ought to learn to sing. I go here, you go.
Now, wait a minute. That's no way for you to put money in the pot, boy.
What's on the show train next week, Gordon?
Well, next week, the famous Victor Herbert operetta, Mademoiselle Maudit. Nadine.
Oh.
And our guest is a very good friend of both yours and mine, Jane Powell.
Well, I'll be listening, Gordon.
Oh, me too, Gordon.
All aboard! Well, it looks as though we're ready to pull out. And so until next week, goodbye.
The Count of Luxembourg was presented by arrangement with Century Library Incorporated of New York. Gordon MacRae appeared by arrangement with Warner Brothers, producers of The Hasty Heart, starring Ronald Reagan, Patricia Neal, and Richard Todd. Jack Kirkwood appeared through the courtesy of Lever Brothers' Bob Hope program. Our choir is under the direction of Norman Luboff, and our music is arranged and conducted by Carmen Dragon. This is Marvin Miller saying goodbye until next week for the American Railroad. And now keep tuned for your Monday night of music on NBC.